Hello everyone, this is Evergreen and welcome back to the Vanilla Minecraft series. Now, if you missed last episode, we went into the mine, we got ourselves some good old iron gear, and we are ready to keep moving along, chugging along. Everything is perfect and great. My chickens are doing fantastic, and we are going to get started on a beautiful little enchantment house. So I think that what we're going to be doing is we're going to be clearing out this whole area right here. Yeah, so that's what's going on today. I am probably going to make disposable shovels for that, just because I don't want to be wasting my beautiful new iron shovel on just clearing out some dirt. I hope everyone's day has been really good. Mine has been pretty swell. I didn't have any finals today, so I got to just sit in, and I watched movies with my roommate, and it was really nice. And he showed me a new movie. Instead of me showing him something new, he showed me something new, and he showed me a movie called Good Burger, which is a Nickelodeon movie from 1997. That was very, very wacky and enjoyable, except for the fact that Dan Schneider was in it. That was like the one thing that I was like, oh god, it's Dan Schneider. This is not great look, but other than that, really, really fun movie that had a lot going on that I thought was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, so I did that today, and pretty much nothing else. It was very nice. I didn't have work, which was really, really nice. Oh, look, a piggy! A normal Minecraft piggy, too. I hope everyone else's day is really good. I hope no one had anything crazy happen. I mean, it's a Thursday, so everyone's working, but still, you would hope not. And it's final season, so if you're watching this and you're a university student and you have your finals coming up, good luck to you. Hope everyone passes and does well. I hope I pass and do well, personally. I really would like that. That would be a nice cap end to my year, personally. So, clearing out the space, I think we're going to, I don't know, maybe a tower structure would work. I think, maybe, that might be what I want to go for. I think that could look really good. A little tower. Where each floor has a different piece that contributes to the overall idea of enchantment and weapon making. I think that could be good. I think that would look really good, personally. And I could have like a floor that's an enchanting room. I could have a floor that's a library. I could have a floor that's a like anvil and blast furnaces and the like. I think that would be really good. And in the future, I could also, I could have a brewing room as well. A room for brewing, because at some point I'm going to need to make a XP farm with the armadillo. And I looked that up. It's like something to do with in an infestation potion, and you use the infestation potion on the armadillos, and they take damage, and they cause silverfish to form, and you kill the silverfish for XP. And supposedly it's really fast, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, so I could definitely have that like in the basement of the tower. And I think that would be good. Condensing all that into one building, just to make things a little bit easier. Is that a zombie? Is that a zombie coming for me? Does he know that I have iron tools now? I do not fear you anymore, zombie man. No longer. No longer at all. And then I'm also, after I finish recording this, I'm going to go. I have to get to the Walmart. I'm trying to save on spending, but I do need some. Oh my goodness, what's with all these zombies? I do need to grab some materials from the Mart of Wall, which is fine. It's no issue. I just need to be smart and frugal. Get the meat that's like on clearance, I guess. No, I'll probably just get a lot of like ground beef. Although they do have a mixture of ground beef and... Oh, I need another shovel. A mixture of ground beef and ground pork, which I know is a symbol... Like, it's a sign of the times that we're mixing our ground beef and ground pork together for a cheaper meat overall, but, you know... you work with what you got. You work with what you got. And I know that that's always been a thing, but the fact that... Like, I went to Walmart the other day, and it was just half the entire row of ground meat was the ground pork, ground beef mix, which was super cheap. Like, the only thing cheaper was the ground pork. So, I mean, hey, work with what we got. I think I'm going to get, now, to be a little, discretion advised, I'm about to talk about something very graphic, in terms of food, which is one thing that I've done, because sometimes I'll forget to eat, and I'll just go a couple days without eating, and then all of a sudden I'll realize, and then of course, all of a sudden, like 3 days of hunger just hits me all at once, and so I decide that I'm going to get something to eat. And I recently, my horrible gluttonous option of choice is to get a rotisserie chicken from Walmart. That's super cheap. It's like $5 for the whole chicken. And I'll get like a sauce from the sauce aisle, like barbecue or something, and I will just eat the entire fucking rotisserie chicken in one sitting because I am that gluttonous, and it's so good, dude. It's so good. If you've never indulged in the primal act of eating an entire rotisserie chicken by yourself, I would highly encourage you to. It is a 10 out of 10 human experience that really cannot be beat. It's just something so primally human about it that just gives me such great joy in my soul. Oh, the sun is setting. Let's get in. Get some rest. Now, I am probably going to need to use a circle generator of some kind, because I do not have a way to make a circle right off the top of my head in Minecraft. There's definitely plenty of websites that show you how to generate different shapes for the base of your house in Minecraft, which I'm definitely going to need. Is that a creeper? Please no. I'm not trying to deal with this right now. Go away. Go away. Thank you. I feel a lot more confident in my ability to take care of mobs now that I have iron tools. Oh. Hello. Just because I can actually take care of almost any mob in just 2 hits, it's very much an improvement over everything else that I've done. Little piggy, go oink it oink. Little piggy. You know what's funny? I was talking about that movie Good Burger. It's a Nickelodeon original movie, which of course I mentioned Dan Schneider, who, by the way, disgusting human being. Absolutely horrendous, disgusting pig of a human. And I hate him with so much anger in my soul. But it got me thinking about the, like, different kid channels that were around when I was growing up, because it was a large mixture, actually. I feel like nowadays, with everything being moved over to streaming, it's a little hard to really conceive of, oh no, once upon a time there was cable TV, and you had different channels that had different kinds of television on them, you know? Like Cartoon Network, for example, which was mainly, I mean, you can guess by the sound of the name, it was mainly all cartoons. Then you had Nickelodeon, which was like Nickelodeon and Disney, really, which were a both animated and live action show channel, but Disney was a little bit more wholesome, and Nickelodeon was a little bit more teen oriented, if that makes sense. Like, of course they had channels like shows for kids, but I feel like a lot of their shows, the humor was more directed towards teens rather than little kids like Disney could be. Oh, hi, friend. Any good trades? No. Not a single good one. You are useless. And then there was Disney Junior, which was animated shows only for kids, like little kids as well, like little kids. There was Boomerang, which was all those old classic TV shows like Yogi Bear and Looney Tunes and everything like that. And I think that was actually it. There were a couple other ones that I can not really think of, but I know existed. And I feel like you can tell a lot based on a person's personality based on what channel they watched growing up. Like, for me personally, I was a Cartoon Network kid. I loved Cartoon Network. It was amazing. I remember watching Adventure Time and Amazing World of Gumball and Regular Show and all of that growing up, and that defined a lot of my sense of humor, especially Adventure Time. Adventure Time as a series means so very much to me. it really defined my sense of humor and the way that I approach a lot of things in my life. Like the biggest thing, for example, is not it's not really something that I've ever really portrayed on the channel very much so far, but I am a very musical person, and I got that from Cartoon Network, and well, not Cartoon Network, but I got that from Adventure Time, really, where there's just so much music in the show, and it really is encoded into the DNA of the show, and I feel like I carried that over to who I am as an adult. Primarily, the main one being Rebecca Sugar and her music. And it's actually really funny because as a kid, obviously you don't read the credits of the shows that you watch. You just watch it and have a great time. But when I was younger, I watched a lot of Adventure Time, and my favorite episodes, I found out as an adult, were the ones written and directed by Rebecca Sugar. And as an adult, before I even knew who Rebecca Sugar was, I had gotten into her music, and it really scratched an itch in my brain that I didn't know how to describe until I found out that she was Cartoon Network. Not at Cartoon Network, she was Adventure Time, and it all clicked into place because the Adventure Time music is also really important to the DNA of who I am as a person. Like that and FNAF and a few other franchises, just really essential DNA to how I work and function. I just think it's funny the way that certain things tend to stick with you even through childhood and as an adult. Little chicken. There we go. New achievement. Animal husbandry. Alright, so tower. I think we'll put it right here, I think. Like this will be the center of it. And, okay, so I'm definitely going to need to pull up a circle generator and see. I think that we'll have, I'll at least pull out like the dimensions of it. We'll do, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do 5 out from the center and see how that turns out. Yeah. 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let me open up Google. Circle generator Minecraft. And I know that there is a website. Yep, here it is. Which, by the way, I'll link the website in the description below, so that way you can take a look. It's a very, very useful site, and I quite like it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So I need to do 2 out. So it's 5, right? Yes. On each side. And there we go. And now this, and this. I can hear someone shuffling outside my room. My roommate recently, he has 3 Freddy Fazbear plushes that are really fucked up looking. Like they're like the eBay ones that are super fucked up that you can find every now and then, where their eyes are fucked up and their proportions are weird. And he knows about my, because he also likes FNAF, but he knows that I particularly have a very terrible, unhealthy relationship with the franchise. And we have a bit where anytime I see any sort of mention of Freddy Fazbear, I start tweaking the fuck out. And the past few nights, he's been putting the 3 Freddy Fazbears right outside my door. So when I wake up in the morning and I go outside to get a cup of coffee or something, I go out and there's just 3 Freddys staring at me. And it's quite horrific. I did get them back one time, though, by hiding them around the apartment. The fool. Okay, so we have our circle lined out. So I think that we're going to I don't know. I don't know. I know I want to film the whole, like the floor first though, because oh great, we need more charcoal. Okay, so we got to do some thinking about sorting everything together. Okay, so I got some wood, so I can definitely make some more charcoal, no problem. What I'll do is I'll take this and put that in there, and then I have potatoes. I'm doing a think right now. We'll plant another big tree and put these potatoes away. And let me take this cobble. I'm definitely going to need more stone, so I'm going to probably go down into that little staircase mine I have going on and get some more. At some point, I'm going to need to make a lava generator so that way I can just make a cobblestone generator, because that would really speed a lot of things up. Where was it? Was it over here? It was over here. Okay. Let's go. Climbing down. Actually, wait, I don't have any torches. Oh, and that's a zombie noise. Lovely. That makes me so happy to hear that. What if we just mine out some from right here and do that? And we start a new staircase that's in the daylight, because I don't have to... Hello? There we go. No, you can't get me. But I don't want to listen to you, so I'm going to kill you. Oop. Come on. Come on. There you go. Alright, there we go. But I want to make it in the day. Actually, I should probably go to bed. I should go to bed. The sun is setting. I do not want to have to deal with more mobs and monsters than I already have to on a daily basis. Let us go to bed. We'll leave the door open. It's probably fine. I mean, what are the chances that we're going to be waking up by a terrible, horrific monster? Am I right or am I right? It's like the 80s. You can just leave the door open and nothing bad will ever come of that. Look at the sun rising in the distance, all majestic. Alright, down here. Here we go. New staircase in the light. In the daylight, where I can see everything I'm doing. Which is quite nice. Oh, look at that! A little treat. A little treat from the gods to show that this was the right decision. Get some iron. Look, two little pieces of iron. How nice is that? That is so nice of them to give that to me, to be bestowed upon that by the Minecraft gods. How lovely. How lovely. I wonder if if the Minecraft movie is ever going to address the gods of Minecraft. I probably not, but I think it's really, really funny, the idea of them going into this primordial space and the gods of Minecraft just being there. Which, by the way, never really been explained. The mythos of Minecraft. I know that Game 3 has their videos on it, but I think the one that I buy into most is that it's like our world in the far future, if that makes sense. And that we just see it as blocky because it's a game and it's fun. A little copper. Little copper never hurt anyone. And I think that this is going to actually be enough stone for now. So we'll go back up and grab our charcoal and get this stone a-cooking. I hear another zombie. Is it over here? Nope. I've got no idea where it is. We're just going to get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, Percy Jackson Season 2 came out. What was it? Yesterday, I think? Last night. And so if it hasn't been obvious by my certain attitude towards certain things, I am a Percy Jackson fan, and I watched the first 2 episodes of season 1 of Percy Jackson when it came out, and I'll admit I was very disappointed. And so ahead of season 2, I was looking at the trailers, and I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really say much, but I think that the shows look great. like the trailers make it look fantastic because all the sets and costumes and props, it's all so well done and so amazing, and the looks of everything is great. But I am not a fan of the writing. I think that the writing and characterization of these very popular, important characters that are very near and dear to my heart is not great. I don't like the way that any of the main three are characterized, except for maybe Grover, and that's a maybe. I think Annabeth just didn't click with me. Neither, and Percy didn't really either, which really sucks because I do like Walker Scobell as an actor. I think that I first saw him before he was even announced as Percy. I saw him in the Adam Project with him and Ryan Reynolds, and there he does behave like Percy. Like, he honestly behaves more like Percy in Adam Project than he does in Percy Jackson. To put it into perspective, it's just not very convincing that that's Percy. And that comes down to the writing, not necessarily a performance, because I know he has the ability to, but it just kind of sucks that Percy Jackson has yet to get like a proper good adaptation. There is the musical, and that's decent. I don't know why I did that. I was just looking at, what we'll do while we're waiting? We'll fish and see if we can get anything good. Here, let me. Oh wait, I didn't want to put my shield on. The musical is a good adaptation of the first novel, but it's a comedy musical, and that's purely what it is. There's a heart to the show, yeah, but you're not exactly going to go watch it because you're nostalgic about the original book. You're going to watch it because you want to have a good time. And I really just have a hankering for a good Percy Jackson adaptation. I think that with Harry Potter getting a new adaptation for the show, if that show ends up being a good adaptation, which, by the way, not gonna pay to watch it. I'm not gonna give J.K. Rowling any more money than I have to. By have to, I mean already have, before she became the literal Antichrist. But I don't want to give any more money to that show. But I'll make sure to watch the reviews as it's coming out, and if it ends up being a good adaptation of the books, I'll be a little pissed because Percy Jackson is a much better series, and we're batting 0 for 2 for Percy Jackson, and Harry Potter would be batting 2 for 2. 3 for 2 if you count the Star Kid Harry Potter musical. Which I think sucks. I think it sucks that the world has decided to... Don't get me wrong, the original Harry Potter movies are really fun, and they're really great, and I think that they're better than the books in a lot of cases. But Percy Jackson has the potential to be even better, and it hasn't been given its due diligence by anybody. I think that it's falling into the same problem that FNAF is, which is the main writer behind the project has lost track of the characterization of certain aspects and overstuffs new projects with a lot. Because as much as I love Rick Riordan, and the original Percy Jackson series means to me as an adolescent growing up reading those books, the most recent characterizations of Annabeth, Percy, and Grover, and the most recent books in general that show the different perspectives of different characters are just not as good. They're just not as good. And the show is written by Rick Riordan, and the different changes made to the story are by him. And it's crazy to me to see, because this is the same author that when the first Percy Jackson movie came out, he specifically wrote the directors and writers and producers and was like, this is not a good adaptation. The fans are going to hate it. You changed too much. And then in the show, he changes a lot of different things, like how Percy is and how the show is and the designs and the different aspects of the story. It's just sad. It's sad to me to think about this franchise that means so much to me not getting a true faithful adaptation, because every single time someone tries to adapt it, they try to change it into something new. I feel like the show is trying to modernize Percy Jackson, and I feel like the movie tried to make it cool, and it doesn't need to be either. Set it in the 2000s. Like, set it in the 2000s. Have fun with it. Characterize the characters correctly. Percy should be not an idiot, but he shouldn't be knowledgeable about the mythological world. Annabeth should be an arrogant know-it-all. That's her character in the first book, and that's fine, because she has other aspects of her character that make her likable. Grover, I have the least complaints about. He's not really that bad, but I feel like he should still be different than how he is in the show. I'm really nervous about season 2 because that's when we're introduced to Talia, and I have this gut feeling, and I haven't seen any of the set leak photos or any of the shots of her in the trailers or anything, but I have this gut feeling that they're just gonna give her like maybe 2 extra earrings and a leather jacket and call it punk, and that's just not Talia. Talia should be like, dude, Talia in my mind when I was reading the book was like all leather, a million different piercings, dyed hair, just full punk, chains and spikes and all this craziness. And I feel like they're not going to go in that direction, and it sucks. Because the appeal to a mass audience, where you have to have a main character that knows everything already, a girl character who is fine on the outside, but once you dig deeper into their character, kind of falls flat, and a comedic side character. And it annoys me. It annoys me so heavily, because this specific series has been really good about having a diverse cast of characters that all have very complex pros and cons to each of their personalities, especially Grover, Percy, and Annabeth. So to see it muddled down in the show is very disappointing. And I'm praying. I had a friend who watched it, and they said it was much better improvement over the original series, or the original season 1. But my goodness, man, it just makes me nervous. I just want my show to. I just want my Percy Jackson to be adapted well. I want to see Percy adapted well. And speaking of adaptations, okay, I fell in the sand. I was talking with my roommate about it, and we were talking about the Iron Lung movie, which is being made by Markiplier right now, and how that's probably going to be amazing. And we were talking about why. Why would Iron Lung be amazing as an adaptation where Percy Jackson falls flat? And came to the conclusion that the reason why is because the people working... Oh, chicken, come back in. The people working on the people that worked on Iron Lung, Markiplier, and the original creator are actual, like, true original fans of the game. And don't get me wrong, the people working on the Percy Jackson show absolutely have shown that they read the source material and at least knew of it a little bit beforehand. But they're not die-hard fans. I don't feel the same energy as I do when I talk to, like, oh, a Nautilus. Hello. Can I ride you? No? Okay. Well, that's still really cool. What was I saying? I don't feel the same energy when I see interviews with Walker Scobell and the other actors working on Percy Jackson as I do when I see a fan, a true Percy Jackson fan, talking about the series. It feels like they got into it because they were casted. And what the show desperately needs is a cast that has been fans of the show since the beginning. And I could be entirely wrong. And there could be some other underlying issue. But I have this nagging feeling that that's what the reason is. And that's what the problem is. And, maybe it's too late for a good Percy Jackson adaptation at this point. The series is kind of dying out. There's the show, and the show has been performing really well. But it's not the same level of quality that would make it a decade-long, like a 2-decade-long lasting franchise like with Harry Potter. So, I don't know. But Iron Lung, excited about that. I've never played Iron Lung, and I've never seen a playthrough of it. So when that comes out, I'll have an Iron Lung playthrough ready to go. And that'll be a good, exciting project to work on. It's one indie horror game. How full could it be? And then I also have a FNAF 3 in the works that should be out on Saturday, if I time everything correctly. Look at my chickens. Little chicky guys. Little egg boy. Look at them go. My chickens. And then going up tomorrow is the return to Bloody Night series, which is going to be very exciting and very good. So stay tuned for that. And then Monday will be second episode of Locked at Freddy's, and then that should be the next series of episodes for the Christmas season. And then when I get back, I'll be playing Juniors and what's it called? Oh goodness. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, you viewer, jog my memory. What's it called? Oh goodness, I can never remember. It's the most famous FNAF fan game. Joy of Creation. Because I've also never seen any playthroughs of that. I really haven't been too deep in the FNAF fan game fandom, so I don't really know a lot about the different games from that side of the fandom. So it'll be very exciting to get to sit down and play through those and experience those for the first time. Come on. Come here. My poo chickens. They're full. They just bred again. But egg! Oh. Yeah, I think that about wraps up my thoughts for today. Not a lot of serious stuff. I seriously doubt that a lot of episodes are going to be as heavy as some other episodes, but especially recently, it's all been more lighthearted, but it's still nice to get to sit down and play vanilla Minecraft and work on a couple things. But today, I mean, we didn't get a lot done today, and you know what? That's fine, because some days are like that. Some days you wake up and you just have a easy day where nothing really crazy happens, and you don't accomplish too much of anything either. But that's fine. You don't need to accomplish something every day to have a good, worthwhile existence. And I think that embodies the lesson of today's video. Even if you don't get a lot done, you can still be happy with who you are at the end. Oh, that's the new chicken. Hello. So, yeah. Let's talk about what we got done. Not really much of anything, but we've cleared out the space, and we have a floor ready to go. We have the stone cooking for it, and once that is ready, we'll be able to start building properly. And it'll be amazing. And that'll be our project for the next few videos. Probably, honestly, I think that this is going to be a little bit more of an ambitious project because of how many rooms I'm thinking of that I listed earlier, like an enchanting room, smithing room, maybe a lava generation room, a library, and a basement for an XP farm. Very ambitious project, but I think it'll work good. I think it'll be good. Maybe a brewing room too. So this will probably take up the next week or so, at least to build the building, and then probably another week or so to fill it in on the inside. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, comment below. Tell me how your day was. I would love to hear it, and I will make sure to respond to every single person that comments. If you did get this far and you did enjoy it, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so that way we can meet again tomorrow and talk about our lives again. With that being said, make sure to get plenty to eat today, drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, drive safe, and wash your hands, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.